What's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Gen X Summer Vet here with a series of videos from YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. One of the videos that we're going to talk about is the actual perspective of the federal agent that was hit by the vehicle before he returned shots. So, yeah, let's get into it. She had a dog in the back seat. That's her right there.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
Remember what they were saying? She was scared. She feared for her life. Doesn't sound like she was scared to me.
I'm not mad at That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when
That's
you
the
come
wife,
talk
I
to us
guess.
later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get
The wife
yourself
is
some
talking
lunch,
shit.
big boy.
See?
Go ahead.
See? Get out of the car. Get out the car.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the
Hey,
car.
take it back.
See? Look at it again. No interruptions. She's legally observing, right?
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the
Hey,
car.
take it back.
He was right center of the vehicle when she came at him. And then she tried to drive right through him. He did what he had to do. He got hit. But yet people will say, oh, he got bumped. He got hit. You know, oh, she was fearing for her life. No, she chose to run. She was not fearing for anything. She was talking shit along with her wife. But yet she's this magical victim. Oh, 37-year-old mother of a 6-year-old kid. She does this. She's good. Everybody loves her, blah, blah, blah. But she took it upon herself to put herself in that situation to actively block ICE from doing their job. But, you know, I got negative comments on my last video, thumbs down, whatever, you know, but the truth is the truth. People don't want to hear that. And it boggles my mind that people just don't get it. Don't fuck with the police. Don't stop them from doing their job. They're there for a reason. You know, they're executing lawful orders. And yet you think you could just free to do whatever the hell you want? You are not. Let's go to this next video.
Hello everyone, Chef Grady Judd here. I've been asked by media outlets and several people to comment on the event that occurred in Minneapolis yesterday. Let me make one thing abundantly clear. You have to be accountable for your conduct.
Grown person.
And that starts with the mayor. Did you hear his filthy talk? Did you hear his filthy, uninformed talk yesterday to the people not only of the city and the state, but across the nation? Shame on you. That's lack of professionalism. Now let's look at the event.
That's the thing, though. A lot of these Democrats, especially over, you know, in Washington, they're telling all these people like this Renee Good to go out, disturb them, cause havoc. They're getting paid to do this. The Republicans are trying to find where the money's coming from because they a lot of them say that's their job. They go out to do all types of disruption of their flow of the way they work, the duties that they do, just to try to, you know, throw them off their game, just slow down or hinder the process. You got to think about it. This woman did this, you know, knowing good and hell well, drop off her kid to come out here and do this for some Somalis or some illegal immigrants that are over here in the country that are not even supposed to be here. People that are committing fraud to our country, stealing all our tax dollars. And yet there are people on the other side that say, oh, she's a victim. Let them alone. They're just trying to live, you know, the whole nine. I want you to feel sorry for these people. And she ended up getting herself shot because of the rhetoric that the left is pushing.
The investigation's not complete. I am giving you context on the video clip that I saw. Law enforcement officers, federal law enforcement officers, ICE agents, were trying to take the occupant of the car out of the vehicle. During this encounter, the vehicle backed up and then drove directly at the ICE agent. That is a deadly weapon, a 2-ton deadly weapon. So what did the occupant expect? They should have expected to be shot when you commit a deadly assault on a law enforcement officer. So let's do this. Let's send out the message loud and clear. And it should start with the mayor, the police chief, the local sheriff, and the governor of Minnesota. Cooperate with law enforcement officers. Don't resist them. Don't violently resist them. If you do violently resist them, if you do felonious assaults with 2-ton weapons,
Expect to be shot, right?
expect to be shot.
What's so hard to understand about that? If you're going to do a crime, expect something to happen to you. Cause and effect. Fuck around, find out. You know, she, like, again, listening to all these dumbass on the left, she thought she was free to go do whatever she want with no repercussion. Wrong. And now what? Like I said, rest in peace. Sucks to be her, you know, the family, but she chose that fate. You know, when in Americans, you know, when in society has it been okay to, I'm going to just disobey what the cops want to tell me or what law enforcement tells me? I'm going to try to use my vehicle to run against them. You know, when has that been okay? When has that ever worked out for that person who did that? 100 times out of 100, you do that, you're going to have everybody coming down on you. You're going to have somebody shoot at you, and you're still going to go to jail. No matter what. You run, you may get away for a couple of seconds. They're going to catch you. You're still going to go to jail. Just stop, obey. You have your day in court. It's not so hard. This goes for all races, black, white, Asian, and other. Don't do it. You see black people do it all the time. Then you want to get people complaining, why'd you shoot him? He was just running. He had a gun, he had this, he had that, he had warrants, but he's the victim. Here's another video perspective. Oh. Well, we already seen this video. He's going to give his comment. There was a guy that's walking on his far side. There was recording initially.
Shame! Shame! Oh my God! What the f? What the f? You just what the f did you do?
With 11 years experience in law enforcement, here's my take on this incident. Okay, more importantly, the lesson we should pull from it. Every time something like this happens, the public will split into two camps. One group will insist that the shooting was clearly justified, and the other will insist that it clearly wasn't. Then people slow the footage down, frame by frame, analyzing the angles, the acceleration rates of the woman's tires, the exact moment the officer drew his weapon, and what the officer might have perceived in that split second. But that's the point most people are missing. If trained professionals, lawyers, and the general public cannot agree after watching slow motion video with hindsight, what makes anyone think it's a good idea to gamble their life in real time? When you're dealing with law enforcement, why leave your safety up to how perfectly an officer can interpret a fast and chaotic situation? Why would you risk your life on whether someone with a badge and a gun reads your behavior as a threat, especially when, even after the fact, analysis cannot produce a consensus?
You see that a lot of times too, though. A lot of these shootings that happen with young black, teens or even black men, they try to hold, the society tries to hold that officer, accountable for a split-second decision. Forget all the stuff that this person did. They fired back, they did this, they ran, they hit a cop, whatever the case is. He come down to it. Why didn't he use a taser instead of a gun? Why did he shoot 4 bullets instead of 3? Why did he do this or that? It's like you're trying to neutralize the threat. it happens. Like, people just don't understand. They're not in that person's shoes. They don't do their job day in and day out. They just, from the sidelines, oh, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done this. Then they get Ben Crump and all of NAACP to come at this person. And it makes no sense each and every time. The same thing with George Floyd. You know, another fortunate incident. You know, he lost his life, but he was committing a crime. You know, Derek Chauvin, he was wrong for what he did, but at the same time, it's like it was all fucked up all the way around in that situation. But still, why leave yourself to chance? You know, if I do this, what's the possibility of me getting shot, tased, or, you know, whatever the situation is? Just don't do it. You know, take your L, get apprehended, and have your day in court. That's too easy. But, you know, it being too easy, people want to overcomplicate things, and which is what happened in Minnesota.
The obvious takeaway is super simple. Do not turn a controllable situation into a life or death split-second decision. Just comply with law enforcement.
That would be too
Don't
easy.
run. Don't fight. Don't drive a vehicle toward or anywhere near an officer when they're telling you to stop. If you believe you're being wrongfully detained or treated unfairly, the time to fight that is in court, with lawyers, with evidence, with due process, not under stress on the streets. Okay, I just generally don't understand why this is controversial. In what scenario has running or resisting ever improved somebody's outcome?
Never.
If you want the odds on your side, just comply in the moment and dispute it later when safety and clarity are available to everyone. And that's why, whether this was a justified shooting or not, doesn't negate the fact that this person, this woman, effed around and found out. Let me know if you agree.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. You know, people just don't understand it, don't want to comply. I don't want to listen to cops. I don't like cops. You cannot like them. I don't like cops half the damn time. But I follow the damn law all the time, except for driving speeds. Anything else, though, I'm following law because I don't want that fucking headache. But some people, you know, Karens out there just, you can't tell me what to do. I know the laws, blah, blah, blah. You don't. You don't. But here's one more video I'm about to show you real quick.
Yeah, and I think even if we get higher quality video, I mean, we have the slow-mo video, we have the video from the front angle, which shows that she actually hit the federal agent, which you're not allowed to do. We have a photo of the bullet going through the windshield. The only way the bullet goes through the windshield is if he's in front of the car.
Exactly.
You're not going to get it from the back of the car or the side of the car. So even if we agree on the facts that she was driving at him, he was in front of the car, I think that we can still feel bad for her. You know, I think the officer, the federal agent, was entirely justified and, in fact, had a responsibility to stop a person who's about to run someone over, himself included.
Public hazard.
I think that this woman's death is entirely her own fault, and I feel sorry for her. And I guess the political conclusion that leads me to feel sorry for her is she really thought that it's okay to just park your car in the middle of the street, stop traffic, and stop law enforcement. She really thought that it's okay to drive into a federal agent. She really thought there would be no consequences. And I bet after she hit him, when he pulled out his gun and shot her through the windshield, I bet she was very, very surprised. And part of the reason for that is that Democrat politicians, especially in Minnesota, especially in Minneapolis, have for years now told citizens that they're allowed to obstruct law enforcement. They're allowed to riot. They're allowed to hurt people. They're allowed to block traffic. So, you know, in a way, I'm sorry for her that she was...
Incident. Think about it. You know, after it happened, you know, they have their beliefs that, you know, being a democratic state, you know, yeah, we can protest, and not everyone understands the definition of protest. You know, protest does not include riot. Protest means you can sit there, have your opinions about it, have your banners, march up and down or the side of the roads, and that's it. Not spraying graffiti, not destroying private property, not destroying establishments, businesses, you know, not hurting other people, attacking law enforcement officers. That's what people think is protesting. You know, a lot of people need to put their heads back in the book and read the definition, understand. When you start, you know, hurting individuals, destroying property, that's called a riot.
scandalized by the political order that said that this thing was okay and you're not going to have consequences. And unfortunately, the only way you're going to restore a normal political order is there have to be consequences for these things. And federal agents are under no obligation to let people run them over. We used to know that, and we have to know it again.
You know, it's so interesting. I'm really glad you set it up that way, because the point is, the federal agent did not wake up that morning going, man, I hope I get to shoot somebody today. And I totally agree with you. I don't think she woke up that morning thinking I'm going to drive my car into a federal agent. But that then gets to the overall temperature situation. Batya, as someone maybe a little more on the left, are we being too sympathetic to law enforcement here?
I find this to be tragic as well. That a woman would leave her own child to go protest on behalf of Somali children who don't exist. Okay?
Exactly what I said. You know, these Somali illegal children that they've been frauding the government for years, stealing our tax dollars, but yet people don't. It's funny because people are protesting that. So you want them to continue stealing our money? You want illegals to continue running through here, you know, graping innocent women, you know, deleting those innocent women who have families of their own also? It makes no sense. I'm like, how can you protest for these people that are doing it? We're trying to clear all this shit out of the country. You know, Trump's doing a good job. You know, people are hindering him, trying to, you know, stop his progress and the progress of his administration. I don't know why. He's trying to make the country better. But you got dumbasses like this that want to just tear it apart.
That's what happened here. She went to protest to protect these illegals who were being rounded up by ICE, who were focusing on a community that had committed massive fraud, including lying about the existence of hundreds of children to bilk the American people out of billions of dollars. And in the name of this noble action, this woman has been bamboozled into literally abandoning her own child and getting herself killed. It's horrific. And
think about that. The child went to school that day thinking that they're going to see their mother again when they got home. But the mother is so brainwashed with all the left rhetoric, she went out there to go stick it to the man for some illegal migrants, people frauding the government, people come over here that willingly go out and, you know, steal your money, my money, our money. That was a pointless death. That was a pointless hill to die on, or vehicle to die in. Sorry, but, you know, she brought it upon herself.
Forgivable. Where is the blame here? I mean, it's in an entire narrative that has captured the minds of affluent white progressives into destroying their actual children's lives. It is utterly, utterly outrageous.
You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. One more time for those who didn't see it or weren't paying attention. She's scared though. Just remember, she's scared. Smile, big smile on her face. Look, no fear whatsoever. Talking shit.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Oh! Yep. Makes no sense. Oh, it wasn't even. I didn't even have the video. My bad. My bad. But yeah. Stupid is, stupid does. But anyway, that's my opinion on it. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, notification bell. Catch you next video. Peace.